Hi there, Jack Rogers here. I hope everybody is well and having great days. And in this video, we are going to be reviewing 5 creatives submitted by an amazing team member within inside of our community. Now, if you are after a creative review like this, there will be a link in the description. If you simply click on that, submit your creatives, and we will review them for you every Tuesday moving forward. So this first initial creative, there's a ton of things that I like about this. I like the fact that we're sort of showing them the website, showing them what you can do, what you can deliver to clients. I really like the use of the colors and the background. The contrast makes the text read really well. I also really like the fact that we've got sort of like high converting in a different color. We're reinforcing that desired outcome for the audience. But there is a couple of things that I would look at changing on this creative. So the first one is going to be around the testimonial itself. Now, when you are advertising on Facebook, you want your audience to be able to easily digest whatever content is on the creative. So one thing I will always do when I use testimonials is highlight a specific phrase or even a specific sentence that is involved in the testimonial, so your eyes as the audience are naturally drawn to that area. So if somebody doesn't want to read all of the testimonial, they can still take away the key points and how you transformed somebody's business. Now, moving on to sort of the bottom point is around the book your free call now. One thing that I always do whenever I advertise a free call is just to mention that it's no obligation. It's a very simple tweak and something to implement. But one thing that we got to bear in mind is the majority of your audience do not want to jump on a call. And I know I've sort of reiterated this time and time again, but 98% of people would much rather buy online than book a call. And I think one concern with booking calls is that somebody knows if they get on this call, they're going to be hard sold, and maybe they just want a little bit more information, right? So utilize no obligation, use your credit card at home. And what you do there is just reduce the barrier to entry for people to book a call, which as a result will have a net positive on the number of people that book in. So moving on to sort of the next side in terms of tired of struggling with do-it-yourself website builders. Again, I really like this creative. I love the Trustpilot screenshot. I think for improved success here, what I would be looking at is adding like the number of reviews you have. If it's a substantial amount, if you've only got sort of a few reviews, I wouldn't bother. It can do more harm than good. You've got the time delay delivered in 7 days, $0 down on web design. You're reducing the barrier to entry. So I really like this. A couple of things that I would then recommend you do. So first point of call is I would just look at removing the do it yourself. To me, there is going to be a percentage of your audience that don't actually know what this means. And I don't think it does anything for the desired outcome, right? Or it doesn't influence like the quality of it. So tired of struggling with website builders, absolutely fine as that initial hook. Now, moving on to sort of this section here. So I personally think that we can have a look at introducing sort of an effort and sacrifice type of thing as well. So I know we sort of speak about the completed in 7 days, the 0% down, but I think it'd be really important to make it clear to the audience that they do not have to do anything. And I would make that extremely clear. All you need to do is jump on a call with us, and in 7 days, we will have your brand new website live ready for you. So if we can reduce the effort and sacrifice that your audience are going to have to get this website, you're going to see a net positive in your conversion rates. Let me get rid of that. Now, moving on to the I Spy an Ugly website. So in terms of the creative itself, I really like it. But I personally think that we've got the wrong angle here. I used to sell websites when I was back at university 7-8 years ago. And people don't get new websites because their existing one. people get a new website because they want to convert more traffic that comes into it. That is essentially the sole reason why somebody will do it, right? So I personally think here, rather than leveraging I Spy an ugly website, I would be looking to leverage I Spy a low converting website. That's going to hit on the pain point a little bit more of the audience, and you're going to be able to sort of articulate your unique selling propositions and the desired outcome for the audience a bit better. And obviously around sort of the book your free consultation, what I gave you on the first creative will follow throughout. Your website could be a stake. So I like this, it's different, it's creative. But again, I personally think that we are leveraging the wrong angle here. I think the security aspect is massive, especially I know in the UK with like GDPR, people are very, very concerned about website security. But I don't necessarily think that the ownership side is something to really leverage here. What I would be leveraging is the conversions, do-it-yourself builders. You are not a CRO expert. You do not know how to create a high converting landing page or a high converting website. Let the masters do it for you. And that's what I would personally be leveraging a little bit more here. And that way you can pick up on like more pain points, as the majority of your audience having ownership of their website isn't really a major problem for them. It's not what's keeping them up at night, but a low conversion rate is. Professional websites can be expensive. With us, spread out your payment. So I love this. You're picking up on a pain point. You're explaining your USPs, your unique selling propositions. One thing that I would potentially look at doing here, just to sort of reduce the barrier to entry even more, is rather than sort of with us, you can spread out the payments. Why not leverage the $0 down? That way, the perceived entry is going to be much lower. You're going to see more people booking a call as a result. So that's essentially my thought process across the board for these creatives. Any questions, any concerns, please let me know.